And are you able to see that, Facebook page I sent you?
Yeah, it's just waiting for,
Okay, it should be streaming now,
okay,
or it might take a second, but you should be able to see it soon.
oh, you're, yes.
Yep, good. Okay, cool. Let's see.
I gotta mute my.
He's not here. Okay. Get your roll call now. When you're ready.
All right, well, we got a form, so let's call our meeting to order, and, I went over the minutes, I didn't see anything to remark on, I don't know where everybody else did.
I think the date's on it at the top. Yeah, I fixed it already.
I opened the document, I did not look at it.
That's the only thing I saw. I fixed it.
We have a motion to approve.
Did you read them, Bob?
Yeah. What I read was the previous ones. When someone was taking, rapidly,
Oh, did you find some? In the April minutes? So, well, give it to me. What do you got?
And then I'd have to go back and.
Oh.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay.
So, let's, how about I move, accept.
I'll second.
Agenda.
Okay, we're gonna be,
Agenda approval, okay? Anybody want to second it?
we did.
I'll second.
We're good there.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, and now minutes.
I'll approve, sure.
Yeah.
Motion two, second, all in favor, aye? Great. We have no members of the public here. So, why don't we just go right into whole business?
Yeah, it says Chris reported, see, can't read this. This is the Teen Action Board thing. So you want to just fill in on wait until fall kind of thing? We talked a little bit about that last time, but just double check all that. The action board?
Yeah, so I've already kind of talked to Scott Carpenter a little bit, and he gave me some good ideas, as far as working into the school and trying to make it more of like a club type thing. I think I'm gonna reach out to Jamie here soon so we can plan some sort of summer activity events in June or July at the pool, kind of like a team thing. We'll put it on as Teen Action Board, we'll put it on kind of thing, and then hopefully gauge some more interest in people joining the Teen Action Board. Kind of read it, the last one, same thing, just not highly attended. I think we just hit it at the wrong time, so I'm looking to, when school ramps back up, hit it early, so that way people are excited and wanting to join clubs and do activities and things like that, so.
And you said you mentioned this to the Honor Society, National Honor Society.
I haven't talked to the national, I went to the high school and I worked with the leadership teacher and
Okay.
spoke in a leadership class. I've also sat at lunch and had a table and stuff like that. National Honor Society is good idea though.
Yeah, because, you know, to get on that, you have to apply and you gotta have stuff. And this is a thing
Yeah.
that counts as stuff, so,
That's a good idea.
And then also I have on here, Chris, the youth leadership retreat thing.
Yep, which, will be, I think Jesse already scheduled a meeting for next week, so we'll sit down, we're gonna work on a youth leadership retreat, it's like a 1-2 night thing. It's me, Jesse, Steve, and, is there someone else? Care, part of it, Lenore, Care, so.
Yep.
Yeah, looking to do kind of like a retreat thing, it sounds like. Organize that and get more details next week.
So that's a partnership with the Safe Communities Coalition. All those partners just came up with well, Steve Clements really wants to do it, basically, is what's happening. So he's like, I really think we should take these kids out in the woods and just teach them some leadership skills and peer mentoring and get them out of the distractions. So he volunteered to help lead, and I said we could do the logistics and, sign ups and the insurance and the transportation, and then, the coalition will get volunteers and pay for it all. So that'd be really cool.
You want, to use state parks as a site, I can probably pull some strings to get us into one of the state parks around here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's on the agenda. This next meeting is kind of what we want to do and stuff. Like Stu said, Steve's the one that really wants to do it, and we're just kind of logistically, like, I'll make sure registration, like, everything's smoothly on that end, so that way it's pretty simple, but.
Okay. Something like that, yeah, Matt Wesley, who's the regional director of state parks, lives in town, and, he would be possibly interested in sort of sponsoring something like that, so we might be able to avoid camping fees and so on.
Good resource. Yeah, that's the update for that first one. You want to jump into the playground?
Absolutely.
So John, you're probably not going to be able to see this. I don't know how to link this to the screen to show. I'm so sorry. But I can send you some images later. So we're down to 3 vendors. The committee picked 3 different vendors to move forward with to tweak things a little bit. So the first one's called Play by Design, and this is the overhead look, of course. And these are the refined plans. David, you haven't seen these yet. These are this just came yesterday. The committee met. They decided they wanted to go with kind of the $650,000 mark to get more. They wanted definitely to be a attraction. So nature theme, magic forest theme. We're gonna do some things to save money. See this green part right here is an accessible pathway. This is kind of bark out here. This is accessible pathway stuff. So it accomplishes kind of both things. This will be, I haven't told them this, but we need some more of that accessible pathway stuff because we need to get kids into this smaller kid playground too, but we'll work through that. So here's kind of the first design. It's very similar to what we have now. It's a different company. The company that was here didn't respond, so they were interested. So these are just some overall kind of features that they're introducing. This is all plastic wood. There's a rendering of what it might look like. You can see those are kind of palm leaves, nature theme rooftops. And this is the little kid area. There's some fun little hoppers there and log to crawl through. Let's see. Oh, these are other examples of other places that they've done. This is cool. These are some of the amenities. This is a merry-go-round that you can just walk or roll onto. So it's completely accessible. You can see the surfacing is fleshed out with that.
Oh, interesting.
It just spins like a regular, that way there's no accessibility issues. There's a fun little farmer's market thing here. I'll show you that up close and personal here. There's the budgets. I'm not worried about that right now. Where's the drawing? Let's see. Yeah, so there's kind of the side view rendering. You can see this rock climber feature over here. I think we'll get a close up of that. These are just the styles of other things that they've done. That's pretty cool. So they can do any custom things, but these are the entry towers. This is what they're proposing for us right here. There's other examples. Then it just breaks it down into the different amenities. So twisty slide, racing slide, here's a roller slide. These all roll. One of the committee members suggested that. These are some of the other amenities. Fireball, tunnel nets. Very similar to what we have now, as you can see. But there's some nature theme built in now. They didn't have much nature theme before. So this is very similar to what we have. But it's a nice design. See, here's that wheelchair, or that inclusive orbit, as they call it. So that's cool.
What's the lifespan on this supposed to be?
This one's like 30 plus. This is the engineered lumber, you know.
Mm-hmm.
These are fun. I don't know if these are real logs. I feel like they are. That lady's staining them, but I don't know. I don't know what that is. I haven't asked any questions yet, but we have to stain those every year. I'm not super excited about that. That's just something that will get knocked done, I feel like. But those are cool. And natural boulders. You can see in the background right here. These kind of boulders in a different background. And then this is what their Elkhorn Mountain has climber. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, there's this transition boulder kind of entryway thing. So that's the first design. And the second is this one. All right, full screen. So this is game time. Game time is more of a post and deck system with steel post and deck. So if you look here, you see kind of this is the little, like the top pot, the little for the littles. Notice on the left side, this the tree swing set. That's cool. It's like a tree itself. More views here. This is more of the main playground area. Inclusive merry-go-round again. And pretty fun. Big slides, big things. This is a cool thing right here. It's called what's it called? Shadow caster? I don't know. Anyway, at the bottom, if you can see, there's a wheel. Kids can turn the wheel and then it turns the top. And it creates different shadows on the ground they can play with. It's pretty cool. There's that. One more up close. You can see that right there. A little dragonfly and mushrooms and stumps and logs. Lots of nature theme to this one. Fun little climber things. You can see the accessible pathway right here, the green, and you can see the wood chips right here. That's just to save money, because if you buy this, it's $30 a square foot. If you buy this, it's $3 a square foot. So more fun things. So there's a turtle, there's logs, there's a frog over there. Over here's a cool frog. There's a boulder climber over here. Pretty cool. I'm going to show you a different photo of that.
So it's up to the committee, or is it a bunch of volunteers to decide which one they want?
So no, not exactly. It's up to them to decide the top 2 or 3, and they pick 3. I'm waiting on the 3rd design still. He's supposed to have that morning to me. After we get the 3 designs, then we'll go to the public with those, and then we'll get a bunch more input, and then the community will then look at that and say, okay, the community wants this, clearly. Here are, where is it?
It looks like this game time did the RJ Baker stick.
They did, yeah. Here's that boulder looks like, and kind of up close what that stuff actually looks like. What's in here? Concrete. All that stuff's made of concrete. The logs, the boulders. So it's ultra durable. But that's pretty cool. You can see that's a pretty tall rock. Any thoughts? Any impressions? Sorry, John, I'll send you this stuff.
So the one that we don't have the response.
Right, I can show you that.
The shared label one is that one.
That's like what they call the Lloyd Center one, remember?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, these are the final 3 choices. So you can see that one. You already saw that one. Here. Okay, this one. So, there you go. This one. So that's the other choice that I'm waiting on. The committee wanted a more nature theme to this one because there's no nature to that other than it's brown is what the comments were. So they're trying to work on that.
And that center thing is really cool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, there's some really neat designs, and that's a really cool spider climber thing. And anyway, so that's what's happening.
The spider climber things. And it doesn't stop us from adding boulders, you know, at different areas, just boulders for just climb, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
something we can run, you know, just right now to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. There's things we can do to reduce the cost and the point of these designs is not to have a final, this is what we're gonna build. The point is to go out in the community and say, what do you like, what do you not like? And then sort of provide that feedback to the vendors and then get sort of a pretty final copy of what it's gonna be, which we're kind of in the middle of. And then after we get that, sort of do the full community engagement. This is the one. So then we'll go full fundraising mode on that. So we'll put, whatever the committee decides to do, there's lots of ideas. There's some realtors in the group that have funding through their corporate offices. There's Strasbourg Club already gave me a $50,000 check. The, Rotary may or may not be able to fundraise. So we'll see. We'll see if they want to do just grant writing or if they want to do, grassroots fundraising. Just go do farmers market booths and bake sales and cans and I don't know. We'll see what they decide. So good group of people though. And good energy, right, Dave? I mean, it's
Oh,
great.
yeah. It's really good. They're pretty efficient and,
Excited.
yeah, and now we're seeing the same faces show up time after time.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
And the $50,000 is a great, huge boost. That'll probably hit the newspaper tomorrow. I just got the giant check today. They did a big photo op to me, right? So that'll hit the newspaper soon. So then people will get excited and hopefully we'll set it up. So that's the update with that.
Okay. C is pool fee resolution.
Yeah,
Just let me ask, are there any other questions about the playground first?
I guess the timeline is to have that started construction this summer, next summer?
So the goal is to raise 40% of the funds locally before we go get the rest through local government grant or the
Right.
state parks. That system goes spring to summer. So then funding would come next fall. I mean, dream would be 40% good to go by like next May, April. And then we write that grant, we get that grant in the summer, and then we break ground 2025.
Yeah,
Spring
that's
of
good.
25.
Wow, I was way off.
That's okay. It's $600,000. So
Yeah.
take a little time to do it.
You make it sound so easy though.
Well,
Oh, just
when
break
50,000
grants.
comes in, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I think it'll be quick. You'll get behind it.
Okay, so, pool fee increase to 10% bump. Was in the newspaper, I know that. Did you get any squawks?
Just the city council approved it. That's just closing the gap, closing the loop with you guys on that one. So
Nobody called you up.
no, not really. People are.
I wonder if Kayla.
Kayla,
Sorry.
did you ever call Sushi?
I don't think she's got any.
You haven't got any?
I haven't got any, which is usually I'm the person that gets them because they just call me and assume I'm the cool person. And I'm not. So I haven't got any. In fact, I told someone today because they asked price, and I told them, and I said, starting June whatever, it's going up, and they went, okay. It's like, good to know.
Right on.
I think everybody's immune to inflation. They're like, 10%, whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going
Could
up.
be, yeah.
I don't know. But since 2016, it's been a long time. So council is very supportive.
Did they rate the family? I noticed in the notes there was something.
Yep, all the memberships, including, single, family, young, old, military, all those got bumped about 10%.
And are they still doing family nights?
Yeah.
Fridays?
Yeah, that'll still be the same price. Well, what am I talking about? Maybe it'll go up a little bit too. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that's dirt cheap. I mean,
It is.
I mean, it's fine, but
That's a good question, John. I'll have to ask Michaela that. Is that I don't know.
I don't know that I've heard her say anything about banning that cross, so.
Good question.
All right. So moving along, I have not heard any new news about the contract.
No, that's just there because, there's a group raising money, as we've talked about, that I turned in, Nicole Howard did most of the writing, and then I turned it in through the city to local government, to the state parks funding, so, for 75,000, so I'm pretty optimistic, because there's two sections, small and large grants, we applied under the small grants, much less competitive, and, I don't know, I think we'll get it, so. I'm just tweaking that a little bit for them, and a few follow-up questions, and away we go. Hopefully we get that'll be awarded in summer, and then they can add that, and that would be spring 24.
So on a related topic, have the little tweaks been made for the class that's supposed to happen up on Mira?
Yeah, I think everything's good to go. Is it?
Yeah, it's posted, registration's open, there's only 8 spots available just for science and teaching, and there's already 4 of them signed up, so, it's halfway there, so, and that doesn't start till July 3rd.
What age group is that?
That's, 12 years old to 18, so.
Not gonna do it?
Skills training and, I don't know.
So
Whether it's
Monday, Wednesdays will be like classes, like skills training and stuff like that. And then one Saturday in July and one Saturday in August, they'll do like a ride and where they get to put their skills to the test and they can go for like on a trail ride and stuff like that. So it's mainly just trying to make them feel confident and build their skills so that way they want to ride on trails and stuff like that. So.
And it's Ed Mostman and
He's, I think,
Sean Lerner.
is one of them. There's another person that's volunteered to coach too. So there's like 3 coaches. So.
Is Ephraim gonna do it?
I'm not sure. He's already gonna go to a mountain bike camp on Mount Hood. He's
Probably,
deeply involved in that whole scene with Lerner. He's
probably.
become a shop rat down there. So. Okay, staff reports then.
Yeah, they were sent out on email, so if you guys have any questions, just the new summer hours, June 12th, the new bees at the pool. She's working on maintenance stuff, de-winterizing the outdoor pool. The art aquatics activity coordinator resigned, so we're recruiting for that position. That's a full-time position at the pool. So that's kind of the pool update.
What's
So
her
I
name?
have a question on the pool on the summer hours.
Yeah.
The Saturday night, the recreation stops
Yeah.
at
4.
4.
Yeah.
And then the last one starts from 4 to 5.
Right.
Why can't recreation continue in the small pool at least till 5?
You want to take that one? So I asked that very question recently, John. It's funny because I said the same exact thing. And the reason is because the pool's reconfigured for lap swimmers. When they do rec swim, they pull lane lines, and lane lines have to be reinstalled for lap swim. And there's, it's not. I'm challenging Michaela to be more efficient with water time because we're paying lifeguards to be there. We might have maximum people in the pool, so we're trying to come up with stuff. Yeah. Yeah, she said that in the summertime, predominantly the rec swim is full of like tweens and teens. There's just and so most of them want to be in the big pool in the summer. That's just been our experience over the last several years. That was her reason to do it.
Yeah, I just, they say they leave the big pool for recreation still has laps, half of them are just laps.
Yep.
So they're not getting the full pool.
Yeah.
And then you kick them out. It just seems lap swim.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if you're a lap swimmer or a rec swimmer, like if you want a lap swim, you don't really want kids splashing around next to you. And if you want a rec swim, you don't want lap swimmers yelling at you. So it's kind of a catch-22 a little bit. But we're going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep trying to find ways to tweak that.
Yeah. Okay, that was just my comment.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So it's not the hours.
Yeah.
Okay, Brett.
Everyone get to go over it, does anyone have any questions?
It's on the screen probably.
Yeah. It looks.
It's not, the main things that are like our stuff that's coming up, so we have Kick It In here on June 3rd, working with EOU, it sounds like they're good to go. I think Malia knows of the EOU right now, she's currently getting athletes to come down and help run it. And then the other one is Touch a Truck, which is June 10th, and that has been, I posted it, and within 2 hours, it had over 30 shares. And I've had a lot of people like reach out to me and message me, and I've had more people reach out like, hey, I have this truck with this company, can we bring it down and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be a pretty big event, big enough to that next year, Stu and I talked about charging a vendor fee for people to bring their trucks, kind of thing, because this one's just not free. We'll have food vendors and stuff like that, working with LeGrand Main Street downtown, they're getting the food vendors. But yeah, I
You're
think
gonna have a
it's,
shit kicking, country and western band as well.
Is that the Harvest Fest?
that's the Harvest Festival, I think.
Yeah, I know. There's all these things happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. But yeah, that I'm excited about. I think that'll be really cool. Yeah, I've had lots of, I got a crane truck coming. I got a cement truck. I got all sorts of things. Mid-Columbia bus company wanted to bring a bus down so kids could press the buttons and open doors and close and all that stuff. So I think that would be really cool. Yeah,
It's not for,
it's not great. No, they're not moving. So what it is, so if people will come down, we'll have Parks and Rec people, we'll have Public Works, and they're gonna bring the truck down, they'll have an operator, and it's almost like a museum or an interactive museum, right? You get to come up to it, they'll explain to you what the truck's for, why they use it, those things, and then they
Super
can
cool.
climb in it, press buttons, do those things, stuff like that, so.
How long is that activity? It says 11 a.m.
Till 1 p.m. It's 11 to 1. So I planned it so that way it's right at the end of farmers market and then goes through lunch. So that way those people there at farmers market, we can just kind of keep them downtown too. And then, like I said, we'll have food vendors and stuff like that. So
Have you reached out to National Guard?
I haven't. I've talked to police departments and fire departments, public works, parks here, and then we have, like I said, a couple other random ones.
The National Guard might bring down something,
Yeah, I just call
like a
them.
Sherman tank.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like Eastern Orient Rental, the cherry pickers.
Yeah.
that's not,
June 3rd?
no, I thought.
Oh, June 10th.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's all right. It'll be little kids, the little kids will be a touch truck, so.
And Stu,
I'm sorry, quick question.
Yeah.
Can you scroll up just a little bit, Stu? It says the adult co-ed soccer league regular season will end July 20th?
Oh, that's a typo. May 20th.
May 20th.
May 20th.
Gotcha.
I was doing multiple things at once and I sent this to school. So
May.
there we go. May 20th, and
That's-
then the
that's
end of season
plain
tournament.
Stu then.
Didn't check any of it. Just kind of please. It's going good though, right?
Yeah, that's going well. And then we're all set at POU for the end of season tournament. I've reached out to Josh, who's the women's coach up there, because he's having an Ivy camp. So I was trying to see if he maybe had girls. I've also talked to Jesse to see if they have people that want to ref the tournaments, because we've just been having call your own fouls, but.
And it's going really well, I would say.
Yeah, I think, we had a total of 58 people register, but 3 or 4 of them had to either got hurt or just they realized the timing of it doesn't work. And then I've also had a dozen plus people want to register late, and I just, after the first week of games, I just stopped it. I was like, I can't do any more late registration.
But even just I was apprehensive, I'm always apprehensive with adult league, particularly men's leagues, because they just get terrible.
Yeah.
A-holes.
Yeah.
Co-ed's typically not as bad, but I feel like everybody is super positive and like really willing to call fouls, and like the ball goes out of bounds, they're like, here, your ball, or it's like, no, it's your ball, or that sort of thing, which I really appreciate.
And that's I mean, that's one thing I've always experienced with soccer in this community, just having played it my whole life, is people just want to play it. So it's always been super nice. I've played in college and I've played in leagues in Arizona, and I would much rather play this little kickabout 66 type stuff because everyone knows everyone. Everyone's super nice and it's really fun. My team has a handful of high schoolers on it, and I love it because I also get to coach them and teach them a little bit, and it's just fun. So
Sweet. Sounds really good.
Yeah, mine's just simple. We have the big Arbor Day. We had over 300 kids at Riverside Park. We had activities. It was madness and super fun. That's a great partnership with the school district. We're gonna start laying out that greenway extension soon, and then that's it. Oh yeah, I got on that local government grant selection committee, so I was appointed to that this month. So I'm reviewing all the applications from around the state.
Do you have to, what's it called? Recuse yourself?
For this one, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because
You learn a lot about who does a good job,
and how to they framed that really nicely. Okay, I'll do it that way next time.
or what the other committee members are looking for.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited about that.
That's great.
All right, there's no volunteer hours as usual. Any pending business that we need to bring up?
No.
Commissioner comments, I wrote a letter to the lady from the Native Plant Society that came down and gave a
Carol?
presentation, Carol. Thanking her for coming down.
Cool.
And she emailed me back. And I just wanted to check in and see whether there was anything else that we kind of needed to do off the bat in response. She didn't ask for anything, which really surprised me.
Well, they kind of already get everything they want. Like every time they ask, we used to do it, and it's all good. It's a great partnership. So
It's a really good partnership.
Yeah.
But, she mentioned, wanting some recognition for Susan, what's her name?
gear.
Yeah. And, we could do something like that, I suppose, I don't know.
It might tie in well with even just promoting that thing, because I think a lot of people don't know that it exists, or, they see the building and don't know it's publicly owned even. I don't know if we have social media platforms or whatever,
It's a good idea.
just toss something out about that thing.
All right, that was my only comment. Anybody? John, comments?
What was I thinking? Oh, I think I saw on the budget that the ask for the set asides for the turf and playgrounds that went through.
Yep. It all went through. Our budget meeting was so good that we ended up getting more money than we went in asking for. So they recognized the demands and things. So, it's all in there. There's the city budget hearings happen next week. Good segue, John. And we'll go through the process, and then council ultimately has to adopt it.
Okay, yeah, I just think we should make that an annual ask.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yep. I've warned them.
Anybody else got comments?
Well, the last thing I was just curious about is the midnight softball. Is that
Moonlight.
Miami?
Yeah, I have the registration's open for it. Based off last year's registration, we currently have no team signed up, but based off last year's registrations, that's not out of the norm. Last year, I think we only had 2 teams signed up before June. So I gotta push that a little harder. I'm gonna push that a little harder in the coming weeks because I also gotta push adult softball because that league currently is sitting at 12 people that want to be free agents. So want to play, but they don't have a team, and then there are 0 teams signed up, and that only has a little over 2 weeks. But that's kind of typical for adult stuff. So we'll see. The adult softball, like the city, the league one, unless there's 5 teams, it's kind of pointless to run it because there was only 5 teams last year, and that was even kind of like I was almost paying staff more than what it was kind of hourly. So, Moonlight, I'm not too worried about, like I said, because that doesn't happen until August. And like I said, looking at last year's, there was only a couple teams signed up before. And I've reached out to the teams that played last year, and I've reached out to teams that played in previous years, like 10 plus years ago that played. I do know a team that played in last year already signed up for a tournament, and I learned that tournament is based in Tri-Cities. So I'm a little wondering how that's gonna go, because I feel like a lot more people would rather go play a weekend tournament in Tri-Cities than, yeah, so.
Probably not even like that.
It's not like Moonlight, no, but I think,
Just depends what it is.
yeah.
No more commissioner comments, so this has been an extremely expeditious meeting. If there's,
So we need to do the one last piece. You want to take June off as, June, July, August off as normal? Maybe some email communication.
I would like to have some email communication about the Riverside Park thing, just to keep people in the loop. But yeah, I'm down with having just an email thing.
And so with the email, remind me again, we're not supposed to reply all.
Yeah, so it's a quorum public records law or public meeting law thing,
Okay, so I only email you,
right?
and then you forward it to everyone.
Right, and then I tell them not to reply all, they can reply to me, and then I can kick it back out.
Okay.
But it's a.
Can you just BCC everyone?
Yeah.
That's probably the
I mean-
safest way.
Yes, that is what Robert started doing actually recently,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
There you go. Cool.
Well, let me put this, I can do that, like, you cannot, because.
Right.
You know what I mean, like, you can't engage everybody else without the go-between.
Right, and that's just what BCC is
Yep.
handy with,
Yep.
so that I
You got
can't accidentally.
Yeah, so if you reply all, it'll just go back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Yep, we're doing that.
Cool.
We're done. Thanks, everybody.
Right on.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.